Welcome to this new video where we're going to talk a little bit about the latest news regarding Forza Horizon 6. We're going to talk about quite a few things today. First, we'll discuss a new leak that announces the arrival of a whole bunch of new car models in Forza Horizon 6, including some highly anticipated cars, like the Bugatti Bolide, for example. We'll also talk about the 4 new cars confirmed for the Car Pass, the famous Car Pass. And finally, we'll discuss Season 2 as the developers have officially confirmed all its new features, including new cars and event types. And especially the new way we'll be able to get content from previous seasons, because until now in Forza Horizon, once a season was over, all the content it had was gone. You couldn't unlock it anymore. This time will be a bit different. Share your thoughts in the comments about the Forza Horizon 6 announcements. And by the way, before we get into the main topic, just a reminder that you can buy Forza Horizon 6 for less through my instant gaming link, which will be below this video. For example, you can save €40 on the purchase of the premium version, and there are plenty of other discounts on all the other video games out there, as well as on subscription cards. So if you need to buy Game Pass, a PSN card, or a game, feel free to use my link. It helps you save money while supporting my channel. Let's start by discussing the famous leak trending on social media. Thanks to Diablos and Nico for sending it to me on Twitter. As always, take this leak with a big grain of salt. So here, we're talking about a YouTuber who supposedly found partially modeled cars in the files of the game Forza Horizon 6 and managed to spawn them in the game's garage. Now, it's not the first time that cars not yet officially added to the game have been found in its files. Since this YouTuber focuses on leaks, he has already posted videos testing cars from upcoming seasons. What's interesting now is the list of cars in this leak. There are a lot of really nice cars, a lot of cars from the 2000s concept cars, and very high-performance cars. For example, we'll find the Cadillac X1, which we haven't seen, if I'm not mistaken, in a video game since Gran Turismo Tokyo Geneva concept, which was more than 20 years ago now. Another early 2000s concept is the Chrysler ME412. Like before, we've seen it in games, but it's been about 20 years since it left modern game lineups. It's a car with more than 1,000 horsepower in a V12, if I'm not mistaken. Another concept from the early 2000s is the Volkswagen Nardo, and if that's really added to the game, I think that's truly incredible. It's a boxy Volkswagen with a W12 engine making over 600 horsepower, and it hasn't appeared in video games since the late 2000s. So you could possibly imagine an update, let's say, that borrows a bit from early 2000s concepts. Honestly, that would be exceptional. There are also some other slightly more classic cars found in this leak, like the Mitsubishi Galant VR4 in a version that's a bit more modern than the one we currently have in the game. Also, the Chevrolet Corvette Z06C6, which we've already had in Forza, but not for a long time. The last time we had it in a Forza game was back in Forza Motorsport 4. In that same vein, we would also see the Chrysler 300C CRT8, which, similarly, we haven't seen since Forza Motorsport 4, as well as 2 other new additions, the Mazda MX-6. Now that's a car we've never had in video games, or almost never. And to finish, the Bugatti Bolide. Now if that's true, that's really crazy. And it makes you think it could also be an opportunity for the developers to do a special Bugatti update where they would add all the models we've kind of lost. Now, as I was saying, all leaks should be taken with a huge grain of salt, especially since we're now in the era of AI. And with AI, it's actually pretty easy to ask ChatGPT, for example, to make an image inspired by the Forza Horizon menus and add any car you want. So for now, you really have to take it with a huge grain of salt until it's confirmed. On the other hand, what's completely officially confirmed are the 4 new cars in the Car Pass, which some people have already discovered in the game since they were actually already shown in some menus, starting June 18, 2026. So starting this Thursday with the arrival of Season 2, the Car Pass will be offered to all players who own it. For example, premium players, those who bought the Car Pass separately, or those who purchased the premium upgrade, which you can also get for less via my instant gaming link. Starting Thursday, the 2023 Audi R8 V10 GT, and the following week, the Mazda 808 wagon, which, if I'm not mistaken, is a Mazda built for drifting. The week after that, the Nissan Skyline O Tech. Now, I'm really looking forward to seeing that one. It's a Skyline modified by a car tuner, and it's a 5-door instead of a 3-door. And to finish, the 2023 Toyota GR Corolla. Alongside that, of course, there will be new cars coming with the arrival of Season 2. Season 2 will add new cars to Forza Horizon 6, but also new events with the return of the Trial. The Trial is a type of co-op event that was available in Forza Horizon 5, which took place exactly like the other seasonal championships. Except this time, we weren't facing AI on highly skilled difficulty, but on unbeatable difficulty. That's the highest difficulty in Forza Horizon, and it can be played in co-op, which is usually easier than multiplayer. Remember, we'll play multiplayer every Thursday. If you want to try it or need help, check out my Twitch. When I go live on Forza Horizon, followers get notifications so we can try it together. And by the way, you can also use your Prime to support me. But yes, the trial is coming to Forza Horizon 6, but not everyone will be able to access it. To access it, it won't be enough just to have unlocked the festival section. You'll also need to have obtained the gold wristband. So basically, you'll already need to be pretty far along in the Forza Horizon 6 story. And keep in mind that each trial you complete will earn you 10 points. That's double a typical seasonal championship. We'll discuss the new cars confirmed as free for this season of Forza Horizon 6. At 80 total season points, we'll unlock the Porsche 911 Latebau over the next 4 weeks. It's new to Forza Horizon, though it was in Forza Motorsport before. At 20 points in the first week, it will be the Volkswagen Golf Rally, which is a new addition. And again, it's an exclusive. We've never had it in Forza Horizon or Forza Motorsport before. The following week, at 20 points, we'll get the TVR Cerberus Big 12. It's a return from previous Forza games. It'll be a pretty extreme car. It was really an extreme car to drive in Horizon 5, for example. In winter, at 20 festival season points, it will be the Dodge Ram SRT 10. We haven't seen it in Forza for a very long time, with its big Dodge Viper engine. And the following week, at 20 points, we'll get the Mercedes AMG GTR. Now, these are really the new rewards for this season, since the other rewards for this Season 2 will actually be returns from Season 1. In fact, at 120 points for the whole season, you can unlock the Lotus Exige Cup 430, which we had in Season 1. At 40 points in the first week, the Countach, which we already had in Season 1. The following week at 40 points, the Porsche 912 CER, the famous car that causes save bugs. The week after that, at 40 points, we'll get the Ford Lightning. So again, a return from the previous season. And at 40 points the week after that, the Saleen S7. So as you can see, half of the content in this Season 2 is recycled content from Season 1, which honestly sucks. I admit that finding so much recycled content in the very first month really pisses me off. There, I said it. If it's like this for all the upcoming seasons, well, it's going to be pretty annoying, honestly, in the follow-up for this Forza Horizon 6. So maybe it's always going to be like this. Maybe there are also two other possibilities. The first is, well, let's not forget, we're heading into summer. It's true that this season will last from mid-June to mid-July. And we know that, traditionally in Forza, the summer seasons suck. There, I said it. Simply because, usually, during this time of year, it's the time when the developers are simply on vacation, especially after the release of a new game. Usually, that's when the teams have worked hard to fine-tune all the details. So usually, after that, they go on vacation. They take weekends off, they go relax. So the summer updates aren't great. So it's possible that this update is simply a big filler, actually, while waiting for the real seasons of Forza Horizon 6 to arrive. Or another possibility, it's the only way they've found for now to stop the FOMO. FOMO was the old system in Forza Horizon. FOMO stands for fear of missing out. It meant that the game relied on, well, the fear of missing out on current content. Content that was currently unlockable to make players come back regularly. I was telling you earlier, there used to be seasons in Forza Horizon 5 and 4. Once they ended, well, the content inside them couldn't be unlocked any other way. And players knew that, and the developers knew that the players knew it.
Les développeurs savaient que les joueurs le savaient.
And they relied on that a lot, because they knew that, subconsciously, players felt forced to come back regularly to Forza Horizon, if only to unlock the new seasonal rewards. But in the end, it ended up annoying everyone. No one wants FOMO in Forza Horizon anymore. And I think one of the ways the developers found to simply bring back the rewards regularly, it's simply to give players a second chance. Those who missed the rewards a season before can unlock them again by having them come back in the new season. If that's the case, maybe it will be good for players who missed content in previous seasons. But for the more hardcore players, those who play regularly, we might end up with seasons where in the end, only half of the content is interesting. But honestly, I don't think that's the case. Because, well, if you think about it a bit, imagine you miss the reward in Season 1, it's brought back in Season 2, but you still miss it. What's going to happen in Season 3? Do you think they're going to add the rewards from Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3? I don't think so. I think it's kind of a temporary solution that allows them to make, let's say, a Season 2 where there's not much because it's summer, and in which they bring back the stuff from Season 1, so that players can't say that FOMO is back in Forza Horizon 6 before they put in a real system where I think the cars, to avoid FOMO, will come back later through aftermarket dealerships. In any case, it's true that we could have hoped for better. For Forza Horizon 6's first and second seasons, even with well-functioning servers and a festival selection system that's less annoying and repetitive than Forza Horizon 5's, there are still issues. Since technically there are still more types of activities to complete, well, historically, the first seasons of the previous Forza Horizon games were still big seasons. let me remind you that we really had some crazy stuff. In the first 2 or 3 seasons of Forza Horizon 4 and Horizon 5, which came with updates, that was the case. Here, it's not really like that. It's not bad, but it's not amazing either. Tell me what you think in the comments, what you think about this second season. Also, let's not forget that Forza Horizon 6 just came out. So for a lot of people, this might be their first season. There are still people who are just starting out, who are arriving on Horizon 6, so maybe they won't have the same opinion. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. In any case, don't hesitate to leave a like on this video and subscribe for the next ones. Because you know I make a lot of content about the game, and of course I'll keep talking to you about updates and news related to it. So make sure to subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow for the next video. See you later. Bye.